Hi! Today I want to talk to you guys about how weird life is sometimes. It's a story about New York and my experiences with that city. Because my dad works at an airline, when I turned 12 and my brothers turned 12, we got to pick a destination to go to. Any destination in the world, and I would be able to go on a trip with my dad while he was working. I can't remember why, but I picked New York. I was 12 and I'm trying to think of why I wanted to go to New York and I'm still not quite sure. But we went and we had a really great time. I still remember quite a lot of it as well. I brought my picture camera and took a lot of pictures. It was a really fun trip and I don't know if I thought I'd ever go back there. Fast forward to 2009 when I was 20. I hadn't been in America since that trip when I was 12. I was studying abroad for a semester near Chicago. First time I was flying by myself. It was all very exciting. After 3 months when my semester was over, I decided to go traveling for 3 weeks. I think I might have told part of this story before, but basically I took a train from Chicago to Indiana to visit Marion, and then I decided it would be a great idea to get on a Greyhound to go all the way to New Jersey to visit Sarah. It was a 24-hour Greyhound trip. I think the first part of the journey was just a bus for 20 hours and it would drop me off in New York. It was a bad trip, and after about 19 hours I felt like death. Also, I knew I had to transfer in New York and then get on a bus and a train and a metro, and I was gonna have to do it all by myself. I'd never really done stuff like that by myself before, so I was kind of nervous. And I can just remember the moment when I woke up and I saw the New York skyline. I just remember how amazing it felt to see that skyline. But then I was dropped off in the Greyhound station. It was 3 AM. I didn't know where to go. It was really creepy. There were not a lot of people there. So I just sat in a corner with my suitcases in between two old ladies. It was kind of terrifying, and they didn't have any clear signs of which bus I had to get on next, and there were no people around to ask for help. I made it eventually, but without seeing New York. Then when I was visiting Sarah, we did go on a short day trip to New York. We went ice skating at Rockefeller Center, which was amazing, but we didn't have a lot of time to actually go to Times Square, and I remember catching a glimpse of it from the bus that we were on. Fast forward another 3 years, and I was going on a trip to New York with one of my best friends from the Netherlands. It was going to be a 2-week trip. We were really excited. We were staying across the river. We had to take a little bus every day and we were dropped off at the general bus station. The first day when we got off our metro from the airport, we had to walk a couple of blocks and we came to the bus terminal, and the moment we went inside, I realized it looked very familiar. We walked around and went downstairs, and that was the place I had been at 3 AM 3 years earlier, and it was so unreal to see it because in my head it was somewhere in an unknown place in New York. And when we walked outside, it turned out I had only been 3 or 4 blocks away from Times Square, and during the 2 weeks that followed, we went to that bus station every single day. And that's one of the things that made me realize that life never turns out quite the way you expect it to. New York will always have a special place in my heart. And don't worry, there's going to be a travel video of New York at some point as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. The story that is my life, and feel free to share some of your New York memories in the comments. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!
Hello, me cool.